we mentioned earlier that I'd been talking to these two young men that you had sent, actually. I'd forgotten that until you reminded me. They're kind of looking for their footing. You know, they're looking around seeing what they can do. They asked me this, so what in the pro-life message do we need to change? In other words, to attract more people, or not necessarily to attract more people, but to make sure that they understand what the pro-life message is. And I think this is a salient point, and I've discussed it here in the past, but I think we need to keep reminding ourselves. I told them we need to quit letting the discussion be in the pro-life movement about abortion. Abortion's not the issue. The issue is not what we think about abortion or what anybody else thinks about abortion. The issue is, do you believe that the unborn child has a legal right to its life? That's the issue. And see, when we constantly, and I'm as guilty of this as anybody else, when we constantly focus on abortion, we give the other side a way out. Because how many times have y'all heard them say, well, nobody's for abortion. We're all opposed to abortion, right? Mm-hmm. But we just think women ought to have the right to choose. And so we give them a way out. And because, in fact, nobody is in favor of abortion. Everybody's opposed to abortion. They know it's a horrible thing. Whether they're philosophically opposed to it or not, beside the point. They're going to be politically opposed because they know it's not good PR to appear to be in favor of abortion because the general public isn't. We've got to get back to the point where when somebody says, what are you advocating? Instead of saying, in effect, we're advocating the illegalization of abortion or the stopping of abortion. Instead of saying that, saying, look, our position is the unborn child is a living human being from the moment of conception, entitled to have its life protected by the law, just like a 3-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 50-year-old. It's no different. And put it on that level. Because then what you do is you force the opponent to not come back and say, oh, I'm opposed to abortion too. I don't like abortion. But you force them to defend their position that the unborn child doesn't have any rights. And so I know it sounds like a small thing, but it really isn't.
No, I mean, it's medically true, it's scientifically true, right. It's philosophically true, and you have to go through all sorts of different mental gyrations to get to the point where you can actually kill a baby. Right. I mean, Scott Klusendorf has talked extensively about those issues. And I agree with you, but I think the pro-life movement needs to not only talk about its pro-lifeness, but tell the world what we're against. The anti-smoking campaigns are not a clean lung campaign.
Right.
They're not. The Mothers Against Drunk Driving isn't a pro-sobriety campaign. It's against drunk driving.
Right.
And we need to be adamantly opposed to abortion. We're anti-abortion. I'm pro-life. I'm pro-life, but I'm anti-abortion for the reasons you're stating, that it kills an innocent human being. Mm-hmm. And we need to stop apologizing for being anti-abortion.
I get so tired of hearing these politicians. You see it time and time again in some debate or something. They'll say, well, now what's your position on a woman's right to choose or on abortion or whatever? And they always do this head hanging. Well, now I know this is not popular and a lot of people are going to disagree with me. And I know that, good people on both sides. No, just come out and say, my position is very simple. The unborn child's a living human being. You can't kill him.
I like to box him in a corner. Hillary Clinton said abortion is a tragic choice.
Why?
Okay, exactly why? Well, that means you're anti-abortion.
Right.
Tell me why you're pro-abortion. You're either pro-abortion or you're anti-abortion. Stop using euphemistic names. Right. Al Gore said we need to empower women. To do what?
Right.
What are you empowering them to do? To kill their baby?
Kill their baby.
No. Abortion, in the history of Kansas, and I've looked at every single stat, in the history of Kansas, not one single abortion has ever been done to save a woman's life. That means abortion is an elective procedure, like Botox or breast implants. Right. It's an elective procedure for mothers, not potential mothers, but for mothers to kill their babies. Right. Exactly. It's just an elective procedure.
Right. I'm tired of seeing pro-life people, especially pro-life politicians, appear to be apologizing for their position. You don't have anything to apologize for.
No.
It's a baby. Look at it. I tell you, I've challenged people before, so I tell you what you do. Take a model of one of the little 10-week babies. Show it to a 5-year-old and ask them what it is. Right? Before they get corrupted by all the political correctness and corrupted by having political positions on things and get influenced by other people, just ask a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, what is this? Or show them a picture and say, what is this? And 100% of them will say, that's a baby.
It's a baby.
That
simple. Looks like contents of uterus to me.
Right, yeah, that looks like an obligate parasite.
That's a good point. We must emphasize that the preborn baby has a right to a birthday.
Right.
Every preborn baby has a right to a birthday.
Everybody needs a birthday. I like that.
And then if they come back and say, well, do you think there's any circumstances under which abortion should be illegal? Yeah, I think abortion should be legal in the same circumstances to kill an unborn child that you would kill a 5-year-old. Now tell me what they are.
None.
Oh, there's no circumstances under which you would intentionally kill a 5-year-old?
Absolutely not.
It's a tragic
logical
choice.
thing, you know?
It'd be a tragic choice, but you'd have to be allowed to do it, right?